Okay guys, coming at you with some late night magic action. I just wanted to go over these new sealed leagues that just got released. So there's these Shadows over Innistrad friendly and competitive sealed leagues. The competitive sealed leagues I've played a little bit online. They're the sealed leagues that you guys are probably used to if you play Magic online at all, which is 5 rounds and then it's just over. So you get your 6 packs, you do 5 rounds, it's done. These ones are different. They're 9 match leagues. So they're going to be 9 rounds long, not 5, but there's actual stages. So in each stage, you get to add a booster pack to your pool and build a new deck, essentially. Try and make something a little bit better, and you get prizes based on your stages. So for each stage, you get a certain number of prizes. So like if you get 3 match wins in your stage, then you get 40 play points. And then you get overall points for the whole thing. So you kind of get a bunch of different things from this. It's a weird system, but it's very similar to what they used to have like 8 or 9 years ago or something like that. They took these sealed leagues out, and this is the final triumphant return of them. They haven't had leagues since then, and now they're back. These are what they were kind of like. You used to be able to add packs to your league every week or two, and this is a very similar kind of thing. So we're going to join one of these and make ourselves a deck. Let's join the league. And let's see what we start off with. So, of course, number one thing that I always love to do is sort by rarity and see what sweet things we got. No mythics, so that's unfortunate. Burn from Within deals X damage to target creature or player. If a creature is dealt damage this way, it loses indestructible. If that creature die, exile it. So seems okay, not amazing. It's a blaze if you're familiar with that. So sorcery speed, fireball, but only for one target, either creatures or players. We have Declaration in Stone. So exile a creature. That's not bad. Certainly quite good actually. Flameblade Angel is awesome. You have to be wary of blowouts with it. I have noticed a few times where my opponents have attacked me where if I had a bounce spell, I would have just absolutely destroyed them. So you've got to worry about that a little bit, but the card's very powerful. Markov Dread Knight seems quite good too. It is a Madness Enabler and gets quite large. I mean, you can just throw... It doesn't have to be Madness. You can throw away lands later in the game and get a giant flyer, so not terrible. Alright. I don't particularly like Forgotten Creation. I've tried it. It didn't impress me. And Port Town is, you know, I mean, it's land, so that seems fine, but not great by any means. Man, only 6 rares, so no double face cards, no mythics, no foils. Alright, alright. Let's see what we get here. The nice thing about that is that we do get to add stuff to it later, so we'll see what happens then. We have Griff's Boon, which has been surprisingly good. I actually like Town Gossipmonger quite a bit. Thraben Inspector is not bad. We want Declaration in Stone if we go white, so I like sorting out just what's good in the colors. Ethereal Guidance. Spectral Shepherd is fine. A 3-mana 2/2 is certainly playable. Apothecary Geists are okay. Inquisitor's Ox. Inspiring Captain. Emissary of the Sleepless. Inquisitor's Ox is only really good if you can get Delirium. Inspiring Captain I'd like to have tokens or something with. I don't really think I want to play it in a sealed because most of the time it's going to end up just being a 4-mana 3/3 or Hill Giant as it's known. Let's take Emissary of the Sleepless. And Reaper of Flight Alabaster is... Or of Flight Moonsilver, sorry. Is quite good. It becomes Fallen Angel with Delirium. So you get to sacrifice creatures and it gets +2/+2. 2/+2/+1, sorry. So that's kind of a neat card. It's fine anyways. It's a 5-mana 3/3, so it's certainly not unplayable. Alright, so our white is... It's not particularly deep, but it's certainly okay. We do have... For blue, Just the Wind. Deny Existence counters creature spells, which seems pretty good in sealed. Counter spells go way up when you're playing sealed. Reckless Scholar, that's a great Madness Enabler. Really good card in this set. Stitched Mangler is decent. Trail of Evidence, I don't want. Drawn in Corpse Trawler is good. It's possible I play Forgotten Creation. Silent Observer stalls the game a lot, just a nice 1/5 flyer, so it's hard to get around. Sleep Paralysis is good, Gone Missing, and Storm Rider. Alright. Ooh, double deadweight. Deadweight is great. Ooh, and sinister concoction. So we've got a lot of black removal. That might be a good thing. A Cob Waltz is a good madness enabler, but not necessarily amazing without it. Pale Rider of Trostad is an okay madness enabler, I guess. It's a 2-mana 3/3, but I think there's better things to do. We'll see if we have a reason to be madness. Vessel of Malignity seems okay, and especially in sealed where things are slower. Exiling cards from their hand's good. Tooth Collector is nice. Vampire Nobles are not great, but certainly, you know, they can be used as filler. Stallion of Ashmouth, Twins, Markov Dread Knight. Not a lot of madness. So we have Twins of Mauer Estate that are madness cards so far. That's literally the only madness creature I've seen. We do have some enablers like Sinister Concoction and Markov Dread Knight and Reckless Scholar, but we don't have any actual madness. Skin Invasion is okay in red. Gibbering Fiend. Oh, right, that deals a damage to an opponent each turn. Those are okay. Convicted Killer is not great. Pyrehound, Structural Distortion. Voldaren Duelist is not great. Yeah, we have 2 good rares in red, and the rest of our red's pretty bad here. This is a tough build so far. I don't see any huge pull to any one color. Probably just white-blue. Maybe splashing a little bit of black for the Dranu Corpse Trawler, because getting zombies with Death Touch is important. It's what makes the card good. Alright, let's see what the green's like. Confront the Unknown's not a card that I want. Noise Groundskeeper. Vessel of Nascency can be fine. That's a good way to get us into Delirium. Ooh, Duskwatch Recruiter is sweet. So you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library and get a creature from among them and put it into your hand, which is huge on a, like, 2/2 for 2 already. With other upside, too, because, I mean, it flips and becomes a 3/3, so it's fantastic. The card's really, really good. We have Moldgraph Scavenger, Autumnal Gloom. So this card is only good when you have a Delirium. Before that, it's a literal do-nothing. And I don't know if I'd want that in my deck. Gloom Widow seems good. Howlpack Resurgence. If I'm playing Howlpack, I'd need a lot of werewolves. I don't think that I could play Howlpack. It's a good card in the draft format, but I don't think it's good enough here. Weirding Wood. When Weirding Wood enters the battlefield, investigate. Add 2 mana of any one color to your mana pool. Okay. Intrepid Provisioner. That's fine. Kessig Dire Swines are quite good. And I think I'll play a Watcher in the Web if I have to. Okay, so we have a couple of halfway decent artifacts as well. Explosive Apparatus deals 2 damage, which is certainly usable. True Faith Sensor can be fine. Just +1/+1 and Vigilance is kind of nasty. Alright. Magnifying Glass is good late game because you can investigate every turn when you get really late into the game. So what would we do? If we go like green-red, is there any reason to do that? I'm thinking like I want to play Howlpack Resurgence if possible, just because the card's really strong, but I don't think I have enough werewolves to actually do that. Wolves or werewolves. We just have Forge Master, Duskwatch Recruiter, and Convicted Killer, and that's it. Yeah, it's just not enough. I want to play Flameblade Angel and Burn from Within, but the rest of the red is just terrible. It's certainly an issue. Some of our best endgame is in green with the Kessig Swines, but there's not a lot of depth to it beyond that. I'm gonna put these in the side. Think about, do I want a black? Black has some very good removal in Deadweights and Sinister Concoction. White, I have Declaration in Stone. Blue, I have Sleep Paralysis. I'm gonna try white-blue and maybe splash the Flameblade Angel and the Burn from Within. I do have Port, where is that? Port Town, so white-blue fixing there. And I also have 2 Warped Landscapes, so that might help me with this. So I'm going to try and see what we can make out of this. This is 22 cards right now. And I want to look at what we actually have for like mana curve and everything else like that. What do we got for creatures and stuff? So not a lot of finishers. Our finisher would be like Flame Blade, I guess like a Reaper of Flight Moonsilver and Stormrider Spirits, which is okay, I suppose. Forgotten Creation is a zombie, so it does work with Dranu Corpse Trawler. That is really awkward, though, because it means that we want to play black and red. I might just cut the Flame Blade Angel. Maybe I play black instead. I could play Markov Dread Knight, which could be a decent enough finisher. Double black's tough, but I mean, I'm already trying to splash double red for Flame Blade if I do it. Might be feasible. Am I likely to get Delirium? I have Grifspoon as an enchantment. No other enchantments really that are going to go to the graveyard. And I don't really want Grifspoon in the graveyard either. I want it in play on a creature smashing face. This is certainly a tough build. I think... I really want the power of Flameblade Angel and the Burn from Within. That's the problem. True Faith Censor might not be bad. How many flyers do I have? I have Niblis of Dusk, Spectral Shepherd, Double Apothecary Geist, Silent Observer, Emissary of the Sleepless Reaper. You know, Stormrider Spirit. I think I actually want the Truth Faith Censor. That could just be the last card that we play. This could be 23 and we just go with this. Make sure that we play Port Town and both Warped Landscapes. I don't have anything that really needs Delirium anymore, right? It was, the only card is possibly the Reaper of Flight Moonsilver. That's not super necessary. I don't want to sacrifice a lot of creatures, so I think that's okay. Plus, it's a later game card, so we're much more likely to have Delirium by that point anyways, just naturally. Plain Sorcery's Instance, cracking a Warped Landscape, that kind of thing. Alright. This is one option to build the deck. So we have this as an option here. Declaration in Stone, just the Wind. Yeah, we have a few removal spells. I don't love this, but it's acceptable, I suppose. I'm really looking forward to adding more to this, because this is a pretty bad pool in my mind. I think this pool's pretty terrible. We're going to save this one really quickly as our primary deck. And we're going to take a look at... I want to maybe see a green-black. I want to see if I can get Autumnal Gloom and Moldgraph Scavenger working. Splash the red again. And maybe be a Delirium deck that direction. Just see what we have. So if we go Vessel of Nascency, Duskwatch Recruiter, Gloom Widow. Alright. Grab all that. It does have better finishers, that's the thing. Like, really has better finishers. It also has a lot more reason to have Delirium. I do have Tooth Collector, which is great with Delirium. Giving -1/-1 to a creature every turn is actually really strong. Stallion of Ashmouth is decent if you can get Delirium. Alright, I can certainly see it. And then, of course, the Autumnal Gloom is a pretty big payoff. Trample Hexproofer is nice. So we'd play that, play the Moldgraph Scavenger. Probably play like a Macabre Waltz. It is a slower card, but this is sealed. We are kind of going that direction. Foul Orchard helps us fix mana, much like the Port Town does in white-blue. We might play an Aim High. I want a couple more creatures, though. I think that we play a couple Vampire Nobles. Maybe a Hound of the Farbogs. I do not like this card, but low on really good playables, and it does finish a game sometimes. I don't know that I have a problem with that, though. Yeah, we've got like 2 Dire Swines, Flame Blade. I think that we can just leave that one out. Let's go with another Vampire Noble. I'm iffy about the Pale Rider. Don't think we'd want that card. A True Faith Sensor could be okay. Or we could just play the Magnifying Glass. I think in this deck, the Magnifying Glass is better. In the other one, True Faith Sensor is nice because we have a lot of flyers. In this one, having the Magnifying Glass seems a little bit better. Oh, we need to start a new deck. Right. Crap, I forgot that it made changes to our deck. So we'll go green-black. Well, that sucks. It's easy enough to put back together, I think. We had the Macabre Waltz, we had the Vessel. Grab all that. And we, of course, want our 2 red rares. I think it's important to make sure that you play your really bomby type cards in the sealed, especially in a sealed that's this weak. This sealed is really, really weak, so we've got to try and mise out games. We've got to try and win by just being lucky in a way. Making sure that we just slam like a big Flame Blade Angel or burn them out of nowhere with the Burn from Within and hope that that's good enough. Alright, so we have our land, have our deck. I think I like this one a little bit more. The finishers are just so much better, and I feel like that's really important in a sealed. We have some ways to get to the late game with like Moldgraph Scavenger, because it just kind of blocks forever. We do have some early game with like the Vampire Nobles and stuff, so we're not totally vulnerable. I think it's okay. I don't know. It's looking pretty decent, I think. Yeah, so this, I mean, don't get me wrong, neither of these decks are great, but this one might be the better one. So I want at least 3 mountains, because I want to be able to get Flame Blade Angel online. With the 2 Warped Landscapes, that gives me 5 red sources. I get 6, 7, 8 green sources, and 6, 7, 8, 9 black sources. I might switch a red for a black source, just because, or green for a black source, or, sorry, the other way around. Black for a green source, because we have double green cards. They're late, though. All of our black is early. Deadweights don't have to come down turn 1, though. Macabre Waltz also doesn't. Notice Vessel of Malignity. So actually our green spells are the ones that are important to play early. We want to get Duskwatch Recruiter and Moldgraph Scavenger on turn 2. I don't really care if I get Vessel of Malignity on turn 2. It's not going to block a creature and help me out. So this might just be better in favor of green. Alright, so we'll do that. We will save this as a green-black version of our deck. And now we can go and play some rounds. I wonder what he's splashing white for. Does he have like Sorin? He might. He might have like Anguish Unmaking. Oh, he's got Nahiri. Okay. Well then. That makes his deck a lot better than ours.